So hey everyone, in this video we are looking at the SocialStream Ninja standalone application. So we're not covering what SocialStream is or how to use SocialStream specifically. We are looking at the SocialStream standalone application, how to install it, how to configure it. There are two versions of SocialStream Ninja, the Chrome extension and the desktop application. You can download both from socialstream.ninja. The Chrome extension is a Chrome plugin, so all the controls are via a Chrome extension. Well, what we're looking at here is the downloadable app, which you can get from here. And it's like a browser, but SocialStream Ninja is baked in as part of it. So we can go here and in the asset dropdown, we can download SocialStream for our specific platform, Linux, Mac. If you have an ARM-based Mac, an M1, M2, M3, you can download the ARM-based version. For Intel Macs, older laptops, you can get the x64 version. For Windows, there's an installer and a portable. The installer installs SocialStream to your start menu as an application, while the portable lets you run SocialStream from a single executable. You can put on a thumb drive, for example, that way. We will be installing the installer. In fact, I already installed it. So let's open it up here. And this is what it looks like. So as you can tell, we have the menu baked into the application. So just like the menu here, it is baked into SocialStream Ninja. There's a big space here in the center, which is kind of like the tab bar on a browser. It will list all the sources that we're using. And on the left-hand side is a list of all the sources that we can add easily via username. SocialStream Ninja supports hundreds of different sites. So anything that's not listed here, we can still add, but we have to add manually via the other chat site option. Well, let's get started here. And let's add a YouTube channel. Now, a popular one that I know of is Lo-Fi Girl. They're always online. It doesn't have to be our channel. It could be really any channel. Lo-Fi Girl. This is the channel name or the username. It's a single word. It's usually @ channel name. You can ignore whether this is a channel name, not a username. Sometimes there's a conflict between usernames and channel names. In all likelihood, you can just ignore that. You can add it with or without the @ It doesn't matter. And then you hit OK. Now we added it as a source, an entry into SocialStream Ninja. Now YouTube is specifically unique in the sense that it has these two buttons, while the other sources only have one. This allows us to find multiple streams for that specific channel. So let me show you. I'll click it. We pull a list of all the current live streams for that channel. Lo-Fi Girl in particular has always lots of live streams going. So we can see all the ones that are going. Now we get to choose which ones we want to activate. And by activate, I mean which ones we want to start pulling messages from. We can toggle on and off by clicking on them. The little green arrow means it's selected for activation. We also have this thing called shorts. Now, I will automatically try to detect if a video is a YouTube Shorts or not, based on the thumbnail and some other meta attributes. I can't always be sure 100% of the time whether it's actually a Shorts or not. So you can actually correct it at this point to say this is a short, this is a short, and what is not a short, whatever. So you'll see that it will say Short Live or YouTube Live, depending on whether it's a short or not, a YouTube Short. Whether it's a short or not doesn't really matter. It just changes the icon for the most part. Often people will go live with a short and a regular YouTube, so you can have one short, one not, and you can look at the icon to differentiate which one is which. Yeah, we're going to hit activate. When I hit activate, it actually opened up a YouTube chat pop-up for each source. So we can see that there's a YouTube chat pop-up for each one of these sources here that are listed. Now, we can close these pop-ups once we just confirm the chat is there. We can also use these little eye icons to hide them automatically, to hide and reveal. In fact, when you close a chat pop-up, it actually becomes hidden, as you can see, automatically. So they're all hidden, and if I want to reveal one, I can reveal it. It doesn't actually close the window when you hit the X. It just hides it. Okay? If you want to actually close the window, you can hit the stop button, and you can always reactivate it if you need it. Now, what Social Stream Ninja does is it aggregates all the chat messages, it pulls the messages out into Social Stream, and so you can then make it available to other applications, but also to other features of Social Stream. The common thing you would open up is the doc page. This is the streaming chat page. It can be used as a doc in OBS. It can be used as a doc, like a dashboard in Social Stream, or it can be used as an overlay in applications like OBS. I'll touch on that quickly here, but here's the doc page, and we can see that all the incoming chat messages from Social Stream are going in here. So anytime a new message comes in here, it appears in the list, all consolidated. So all the different videos have a single stream. Videos that are marked as a short have a different icon than the ones that are marked as a YouTube video. Pretty cool. Different messages might have different colors. Green is a member, yellow is a donation, and you can customize all those settings, here. So you can say disable certain effects, different stylings. You don't want to highlight. You want to do this. You want to do that. And when you finish making changes, you can then open up the doc link, and the settings will then apply. The settings don't apply until you open that doc link again. I call it the doc link because it's doc HTML. So you can then copy the link. And if you want to add it to OBS, here we have OBS. You can add it as a doc to OBS. You can go custom browser sources. We can say SSN. We can paste it in here, hit apply. And now it's a doc. And we can find a place in OBS to put it. We can put it there. We can put it here. Like it there. Cool. And then we can just stretch it out. So now while we're live streaming in OBS, we can see the chat in OBS, and we can actually interact with it. We can do text-to-speech and other things. We'll get to that in a second. So you don't have to have the doc open in this page. You can just have the doc open in OBS directly if you want to. You can also add it as an overlay. So we're going to say a browser source, SSN. We'll paste the same doc link into OBS. We're going to change the width to maybe 600, and we'll change the height to be full screen, which is 1080 in my case because I'm running 1980 by 1080. What size you want it is up to you. Higher the resolution, the smaller the text. The lower the resolution, the larger the text as you stretch it out. But we're going to say control audio via OBS, capture any audio. And there we go. Now, Social Stream Ninja is intelligent enough to know that you added it as an overlay to OBS. And when you do that, it hides the background and it also hides the menu. So we can see that here. Okay. So we have OBS as an overlay. Now I mentioned that we had a doc. We'll reactivate that. Now I'm going to go back to Social Stream and grab the featured chat overlay. So there's all these different overlays. I'm not going to go into that here too much, but I'll just demonstrate that we can add another browser source. Or actually, let's modify the browser source we currently have. I'm going to replace it with our featured chat page. I'm going to make the width and height 1920 by 1080 so it's full screen. So now it fits the screen perfectly. And when I select a message in our doc page and our dashboard, it's featured as an overlay in OBS. we can say auto, and it will automatically select messages as they come in. It will skip messages eventually if it can't keep up, but as you can see, it will auto feature messages, or you can manually select one and then clear it. You can do other things like filter for membership, filter for donations, things like that. You can have text-to-speech enabled. That's more complicated. Okay, so that's the basics of what SocialStream Ninja does. And we added YouTube here, as you can tell, as a source. But let's now consider other sources. First of all, I'm going to press the stop. Well, we can stop each individual video individually, each source individually. Or we can use the buttons up here, the group buttons, to stop everything and to remove everything. For Twitch, it's much the same. We can enter a username. I'm going to enter Video Ninja here. And it's added. As you can see, it's simpler. There's only a single activate source button. But when we activate it, it opens up the chat like we would expect. I'm going to open up in my other browser. Let's go here and say Twitch Video Ninja chat. So maybe I'll pop this out so we just have something to look at. Okay. When I type in a message into the page here, you see that it obviously shows up there. And if I open up the dock here, I type messages, it then appears. So again, we're capturing messages from Twitch. Now, the pop-up is here. You can close it, or you can reactivate it, right? If I type a message directly into Twitch, it works. It shows up as well. Now, if you're not signed into Twitch, you need to first sign in for this to work. It will probably fail if you try to send a message to Twitch without first signing in. So before you can respond to messages through this dashboard, you need to sign in. So I would recommend you stop, you press the sign in button, you then sign in to your Twitch account. I'm signed in already, but you can sign in here. Once you finish signing in, you can hit stop and then activate your source. So when you're signed in, you can then say messages here, but you can also use this little button here to say hi. So you can use the dock page to actually send messages into SocialStream and then into Twitch. And it will actually send to all the destinations when you do this. So it'll send to YouTube, Twitch, and all your chat sites at the same time. But when you're using the standalone app, something that people don't overlook something that people overlook is you have to be signed in to each destination that you've added. I'm not signed into this, so if I try to type in a message, it will say sign in, right? So I'm not signed into DLive yet. So what I would do is I would stop, I would press the sign in button. I would then sign in properly, log in through here. Once I finished signing in through the sign in page, I can close it and then I can hit activate. Once I've signed in, I will not get this error saying log in. It will know my account and I'll be able to respond. In every case you've seen here pretty much, when we activate the source, it generally goes to the pop-up page. I did that intentionally. Some sites though, like Facebook, there isn't really a pop-up chat page. So when we activate it, it tries to guess where's the live video based on your username. So for sites like Facebook, you sometimes have to confirm that you're on the video page. If you're trying to capture a live group chat, like a video that's being posted to a group or a company page, you have to navigate to that page and then make sure the chat is on screen and visible. You need to see the Facebook chat actually active. For example, I'm going to navigate here to a live chat page. I need to make sure that the chat is visible on screen for this to work. Once it's visible, Social Stream Ninja will then be able to capture it. But it has to be visible for it to work. Okay, that's one of the challenges of Facebook, is you have to make sure the chat is visible. Once it's visible, you can then close it. It's still there in the background capturing it, but it is now hidden. And you can pause the video in most cases. If you're worried about CPU load, you can pause the video and then close it. And the chat in most cases continues on. The next site I want to look at is TikTok. It is a little bit special. So let's go into that. It's popular as well. Much like the other sites, you can enter just a username. Usually you can use @ or doesn't matter if it has @ or not. I've checked to see if this user is live streaming at the moment. So it's just someone I notice on TikTok live right now. I'll activate them. And as we can see, the live chat is on the right side here. And we are capturing TikTok messages now. So all those messages are being captured. And they're appearing in Social Stream Ninja. We can, of course, pause the video if we want to, and then close it. There's a mute button here also that will automatically pause or unpause, mute and unmute the video if needed as well. For some people, TikTok doesn't want to work, or maybe TikTok changes their code and it stops working. The help menu lists some options that you can do, like clearing your cache, try signing in with an account, or try signing in with a different account. There's also something called WebSocket mode. So I'm going to stop it and I'm going to switch to WebSocket mode. I click the little gear icon, I select TikTok WebSocket read mode, and it changes from the standard classic mode to WebSocket mode. I can then click connect, and we are connected. Now, unlike the regular mode, which has a pop-up of the chat, WebSocket mode connects directly to a API. And we're not really pulling messages in from a website. We're now pulling in messages directly from the TikTok API of sorts. Sometimes it stops working. Sometimes for a few hours every few weeks. Not everyone can connect to the WebSocket server either. So if you're having problems with the WebSocket server, you can use the classic mode. And if you're having problems with the classic mode, you can use the WebSocket mode. So there's two different ways of connecting to TikTok, and they both are pretty much the same, just different ways of doing it. Close all that, and we can stop. So, okay. If a site is not supported or is not listed here, you can still add it. Let's say I have some website that I know is supported by Social Stream Ninja, but it's not part of this list. You can go to the other chat sites option at the bottom here. Okay. This option here. And you can paste in the entire URL. Usually Social Stream Ninja is targeting chat pop-ups. So if the site has a pop-up chat, you can try putting it in here. The pop-up chat for support sites is usually what you enter. If a site does not have a pop-up chat, you can put in whatever URL has the chat visible on it. I'm just going to use Twitch as an example here. There. Now it automatically realized that I was adding a Twitch chat, right? It automatically realized I'm adding Twitch chat. If it doesn't know what the site is, let's say I say HTTP blah, 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 it's going to ask me which content script, which site I want to try to scrape. Different sites require different code to work with. So if this site is Vimeo, for example, I could put the Vimeo address in, and then I can select Vimeo and then say select. And it's going to inject a content script into that site designed for Vimeo to pull messages in and out of Vimeo. If a site isn't supported by Social Stream Ninja, there's still another option you can try. It's not always going to work. Let's make up a fake site again. We scroll down to generic. Where's generic? There we go. Generic. This is something that is me trying to be intelligent. I try to guess what is a chat message in a website. And by trying to guess, it might or might not work. So I try all these different ideas to try to make it work. So if a site isn't supported by Social Stream Ninja, you can try generic, put in the URL, and just hope it works. If it doesn't work, contact me over Discord, discord.socialstream.ninja, and I can usually add additional sites for you, although it could take upwards of a couple of weeks for me to get around to doing it. I also have a YouTube video online on describing how to add sites yourself, how to write your own content scripts. That's I'll link below in the YouTube description as well. Since I'm not really focused on how to use Social Stream Ninja in this video, I'll just mention a few more things about the app specifically. We notice that there's two versions. The app has a version 0.243, and there's also this version thing over here, production and beta. The content scripts are listed here, the production beta. So we're on content scripts 3.15.18 at the moment in production. And if I want to switch to the beta version, I can toggle on beta. Now, what that means is I'm often pushing code out for users, fixes, feature requests. I don't want to push out code that might break things for other people. So I push feature requests and things like that out to beta. I'll let users test things out on beta, and only when I'm sure things are working correctly do I then push things to production. So if you want to be using the cutting edge, you can use the beta version. And if you want to use more of a stable version, you can use production. If a site stops working, you can try enabling beta just by toggling it on and reactivating the source. And if I push to change out to try to fix a recent problem, that might help. Beta and production update automatically. Every time you open the application, I update automatically those content scripts. The application as a whole, though, 0.2.3 only updates manually. You have to manually reinstall to get the new version. When there's a new version of the application, you'll get a notice at the top here saying a new version came out. I would recommend you not update unless there's a problem. You can try updating every month or every 2 months when you have time to test and try things out. If updating into a new version has caused you problems, you can always usually go back to the previous version because all the versions are available on the GitHub still, on the socialstream.ninja page. So if you do go live with a newer version, test ahead of time, make sure it works. You can roll back if not. But I do push updates out that fix bugs and add additional features. And so you do want to update about once a month or whenever you get a chance, okay? I mentioned this in another video. I'll link it in the description, but a very interesting part of Social Stream Ninja is this right-click content menu. You can technically inject browser extensions from Chrome into any page on Social Stream Ninja. So you can technically inject something like an ad blocker if you need to. You can also pin the page, so pin always on top. So you can put the page, and now it stays on top of other applications, even when it's not in focus. You can resize the window to certain resolutions. You can inspect it. So I might ask you now and then to inspect the console for any errors here. If we're trying to debug something, you can right-click and inspect it. You can inject CSS. You can mute the window. You can do some other fun things through the right-click menu. I have a video linked on YouTube. I'll link to YouTube. It's in the description. That shows you how to make a transparent overlay that you can put on top of your games. So that when you're playing games, you can have the chat on screen as well. There's other options. Because this is an application, it does have command line arguments. You can have things start in certain positions. You can disable hardware acceleration. There's command line options to start social stream. There's also a way to enable a local server. So if you are running Social Stream Ninja on a corporate network and they don't want you to send messages outside the corporation, you can technically enable the local server mode and then enable server mode in the menu. And the messages will stay local. In fact, the messages will be relayed through the application itself. It will load up its own little mini WebSocket server and host messages that way rather than using the public WebSocket server or the public WebRTC relays. Okay, so I think that's it. If you have questions, hit me up on Discord at discord.socialstream.ninja. You can also leave a comment in YouTube. Thank you for watching, guys, and bye.